wana AFC.
Your Excellency, maybe you don't know my history, but
politician because of this team. Hapa ndio mahali nilianza kujifunzia mambo ya siasa nikiwa kijana, and I was an official for 10 years until I became member of parliament for Butere constituency. So when this team came to see me, the officials came to see me, and they had few requests, and I thought those requests were beyond me. And that's why I came to you, talked to you, and you accepted to meet them. I'm very grateful for that. That being a PC person, you have spared this time to come and meet the AFC delegation. But within my midst also, I thought in politics there are also officials who are there, who are still supporting this team. And we have Mr. Shinali here, the MP for Ikolomani. When I was the vice chair, I was the treasurer, then I became vice chair of the team. He was the committee member that time. Small man, but good player also at that time. And then later on, Catherine Omanyo here became the lady secretary general of the club, but through a coup. That was history. I never came here to ask for positions, but I came here because I'm a member of this club. I support this club, and I felt that what you have done for this country, we can work together through the structures of this club. We are working together with them for 2027. But those are issues that we cannot discuss here. Those are issues that I will discuss with you later. But they came to me with about 4 specific requests, which I thought that I can bring to your attention. First of all, this is the time for signing in new players. The next season starts next month, and every team has to prepare. So they needed support to sign in new players so that next season is a formidable team. Secondly, they requested that they need a sponsor, an extra sponsor. They have a sponsor, but because of the commitment of the sponsor, the sponsorship is not adequate. And they have the women's team, the ladies team, they have the youth team that they are required to maintain through the season. So because of that, they have a huge shortfall that we cannot help them. So they need an extra sponsor, but they need a huge support. Then the third one, they have a lease with Kenya School for Deaf. It's a government school, and that's where they practice. And they thought that being a government institution, the government could improve that particular institution so that they have facilities that they can practice. Because at this moment, if they have to look for land to put infrastructure, that is a long term. But this could be a short term where they can practice and maybe have facility for camping when they have a match. Then lastly, we helped them. The third one, they have a lease agreement with school deaf with Kenya School for the Deaf. Now, these are government institutions. So they are requesting that you improve the playground there. You provide facilities on that school so that they can use it in current, so they can use it now for practicing and for their matches if it is improved. Yeah, because it's a government institution. They have a lease for 15 years. Yes. Then, lastly, they came to my office and we helped them to register a SACCO, a transport SACCO. But I understand NTSA has suspended licensing SACCO transport for 2 years. So they were requesting if NTSA can be requested to open that window so that they are able to actualize the SACCO transport. Those are the only 4 issues. They came to my office, but we are so grateful, Your Excellency, that you accepted to see the team. And because of that, I had also to request my colleague, because angefikiria sasa mimi namjimba hapo chini chini. Nikamwambia, no, I'm taking a team to see the president. The president has already accepted, but can you come over? There might be something for you to say. So if you can come and say something, my colleague, asante. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, my colleague C.S. Oparanya, the PSS here present, and members of Parliament, AFC Leopard management and team members, good morning. Your Excellency, first of all, I want, on behalf of the ministry, to appreciate that you have elevated and inspired sports to another level. This week alone, you have had, this is the 3rd breakfast you are having with sportsmen and women. Yesterday we were here with the starlets and the junior starlets, and now before us here is AFC Leopards, a team which has been an epitome of greatness, of success, consistency, and resilience in our country. This AFC Leopards has been a role model, to many teams in the country. And even as we were doing CHAN and now to AFCON, we know that there are many players, who will come from AFC Leopards. And therefore, Your Excellency, we in the sports fraternity don't take it for granted, because you are the first president who has been deliberate on matter sports, not just in the area of infrastructure, but also in talent development. I'm sure if we did an interview here, many of you will say that this is the first time to visit State House, courtesy of our President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. So, Your Excellency, I think we'll be waiting for further directives from you. We are ready to implement the support to AFC Leopards and other teams that you will direct us. But more importantly, Your Excellency, you have taken talent nurturing to another level, because right now the infrastructure across the country, in the next few months, there will be availability of training grounds and stadia that will be available as far as Wajir. So we'll be able to have a very good pool, where we can sport talents, nurture talents, and develop talents. So Your Excellency, ours is to provide that support, to implement, to invest in infrastructure, as we also work with the teams on the other areas of software, trainings and whatever, so that they can be able to succeed. Kwa hivyo, Your Excellency, nikimalizia, AFC Leopards ni timu ambayo tumeipatia heshima sana. Lakini Mheshimiwa Rais, wewe umepeana heshima zaidi kwa mambo ya michezo, kwa sababu ndio mara ya kwanza ambayo nchi yetu sasa inaweza kujivunia, kwa sababu wewe mwenyewe unatuongoza vizuri kuhakikisha kwamba mambo ya michezo sasa si mambo ya kuchezewa. Ni mambo ambayo sasa tunaangalia talent, iwe ndio maisha ya vijana wetu. Kwa hivyo Your Excellency, tutakuunga mkono, na kama vile SG alivyosema hapa, wewe unafanya mengi katika taifa la Kenya. Unaleta usawa wa maendeleo, unaleta usawa pia kuhakikisha unajumuisha wale ambao walikuwa hawakuheshimika zamani, na wengi wao ni hawa wachezaji, kwa sababu wachezaji kupata nafasi ya kuketi na rais kwa kiamshwa kinywa ni jambo ambalo sisi hatulichukulii kimzaha, na ndio maana naungana mkono na yule alikuwa nasema hapa kwamba tukuunge mkono zaidi tunapoendelea, kwa sababu maendeleo mengi ya michezo ambayo umeanzisha sasa si mambo ambayo yataisha tu na mwaka mmoja, yanahitaji muda mrefu. So that transformation, Your Excellency, requires that we be consistent in your leadership, and that is why we are rallying Kenyans to support your efforts in the transformation of your country. And we also urge the naysayers. Kenya is now a different country. You know, sometimes when some of our opponents discuss Kenya, you find like there are two contrasting situations. The roads that you are doing, the infrastructure in sports, it is visible across Kenya. You are the first president who has deliberated to do a standalone stadium, the Raila Odinga International Stadium, a 60,000-seater stadium in our country. And this is after 40 years of neglect in the sports infrastructure. And therefore, Your Excellency, the 33 facilities across Kenya, this is new Kenya, even on matter sports. Lakini ili nisizungumze sana, nataka tu kuchukua nafasi hii niwaulize kwa heshima tuweze kusimama wakati tunamwalika Mheshimiwa Rais aweze kutuhutubia na aweze kuhutubia taifa la Kenya. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Asante sana.
Shukrani waziri, tafadhali tuketi chini. Asanteni sana. Wana AFC hoye. The AFC Leopards Sports Club fraternity, members of the technical bench, players, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this breakfast meeting. I began this week by hosting the National Super League champions, Migori Youth FC. Yesterday morning, I had the privilege of sharing breakfast with two teams that embody the bright future of Kenyan football. The Harambee Starlets, who are preparing to represent us at the Women's Africa Club of Nations in Morocco, and the Junior Starlets, who recently made our nation proud by qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup that will also be held in Morocco. Today, I have the honor of welcoming to State House one of Kenya's oldest, most storied, and iconic football institutions, the AFC Leopards Sports Club. Karibuni sana. Some may be asking a fair question. Why is the president spending so much time with sportsmen and women? My answer is simple. Because there is no better investment than the future of the young people of our nation. These arrangements and engagements are neither ceremonial nor incidental. They are certainly not a diversion from the rest of government work. They are, and they form, a serious part of government work. Sports is one of Kenya's greatest untapped economic opportunities. For too long, we treated it as an entertainment. We cheered, we celebrated, we went home. Countries that treat sports as a recreation produce athletes, but countries that treat sports as an industry, they create jobs, wealth, and global influence. Kenya has chosen the second path. We are not only going to enjoy sports and have athletes, whether they are footballers or they are marathoners or all the other people, but we have chosen the deliberate path that sports is going to be serious business. And that is how we are going to create opportunities for employment for our young people, create wealth, and also wield influence as a nation. It is the reason why we are hosting AFCON, and it's the reason why we are looking into a future where Kenya can be the place where global sports can be hosted. We no longer see sports merely as recreation. We see it as an employer, as enterprise, a platform for youth empowerment, a driver of national unity, and a serious pillar of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. It is therefore fitting that today we celebrate one of the institutions that has helped shape Kenyan football for more than 6 decades. Few clubs seriously embody the history, spirit, and resilience of Kenyan football like AFC Leopards. Founded in 1964, through the coming together of several community clubs, Ingwe was built on a simple but enduring belief that unity creates strength. More than 6 decades later, that belief still inspires millions of supporters across Kenya. 12 league champions, 10 domestic cup titles, and 5 Sekava crowns have earned AFC Leopards its place among Africa's greatest football institutions. Those achievements were made possible by generations of remarkable footballers, of course, like Joe Kadenge, Wilberforce Mulam, Mohamed Abbas, Joe Masiga, and many others, whose brilliance inspired countless young Kenyans to believe that talent, discipline, and teamwork could transform lives. Yet your story, like that of every great institution, has not been a straight line. There were years of financial strain, administrative setbacks, coups, as has been said, and seasons when success seemed very distant. I remember on one occasion, I was invited to Crown Hotel to raise funds for this great institution. And it wasn't very well organized, and therefore we didn't succeed. So I understand that there's been up and downs, but I am very happy that you are a very resilient club. Because institutions are not defined solely by absence of adversity. They are defined by their ability to recover. This season, by finishing runner-up in the FKF Premier League, you proved that recovery is exactly what is underway for this great football club. Vile SG amesema, vile captain amesema, kwamba mulikuwa pale namba 8-9 hapo nyuma, mumeipandisha na mumesema kikombe mtakuwa nayo next year, ama this season. Hii season inaanza. Very good. I congratulate your players, your technical bench, your management, and your local supporters for restoring Ingwe to its rightful place among Kenya's football elite. That is where you belong. But do not stop there. I challenge you to aim even higher, not merely to reclaim the FKF Premier League title, but to become a force once again on the African continent. Because every Kenyan club that succeeds internationally inspires our young people, strengthens our national brand, and grows our sports economy. Our challenge to AFC Leopards is matched by a responsibility we have placed upon ourselves as government. We are determined to create an environment in which Kenyan sport can realize its full economic potential. That is why we are investing simultaneously in infrastructure and in talent. The Raila Odinga Talanta Stadium is nearing completion, while modern stadia are rising across Kenya, not only as venues for competition, but also as centers of enterprise, innovation, and community development. At the same time, we are strengthening the talent pipeline. And before I go there, we will not only have a pitch, and Minister Mvurya has said, Talanta Raila Odinga Stadium is a football-only stadium. The first football-only stadium. There is no running track there. But then behind it, we're going to have many other facilities. We're going to have a gym. We're going to have many other commercial spaces that is going to support the sports economy. And we are not only doing that in the stadium at Raila Odinga Talanta Stadium. We are going to be doing it in every stadium around Kenya. It is not going to be just a place for competition. There will be built into the stadium meeting rooms, commercial spaces, restaurants, ICT hubs, and many other creative economy spaces, studios for young people around the stadium, so that the stadium is not just a place for competition, it is going to be a place for youth empowerment, for the creative economy, for commercial activity, and to promote enterprise. I was in Azerbaijan about 2 months ago, and I met the president of Azerbaijan in a meeting room at the stadium in Azerbaijan. So the stadium is not just a place to play football. It is also a place where you can do many other things. And that is what we are going to do with the stadia that we are building around Kenya. They are not only, because I hear many people ask me, what are you going to do with 32 stadia around Kenya? First, my answer is, we have millions of young people around Kenya who have use for the stadium. We have great talent that is currently untapped around Kenya because there are no spaces for young people for them to develop their talent. Those are the spaces we are providing for them. And they are not restricted to any part of Kenya. It mustn't be in the big cities alone. That is why you have stadia in Mandera. We're going to have stadia in Wajir. We're going to have stadia in Kwale. We have stadia in Busia. We will have stadia in every part of Kenya to the extent that we can develop. But additionally to that, these stadia will be commercial spaces. We will have meeting rooms. We will have studios. We will have restaurants. We will have gyms and many other facilities that will support not just sports, but will support the creative economy and make youth empowerment a reality. So we are moving in that direction. But at the same time, we are strengthening the talent pipeline through schools and counties and the Kenya Academy of Sports. Great sporting nations do not simply build facilities. They build people. Talent exists in every village, and our responsibility is to ensure opportunity reaches every village as well. Creating that future also requires stronger institutions. The next chapter of Kenyan football will be written by clubs, investors, sponsors, broadcasters, counties, and supporters working together. That is why we are reviewing the Sports Act to modernize governance, strengthen commercialization, and improve athlete welfare. We want clubs that are professionally managed, financially stable, commercially ambitious, and globally competitive. I therefore challenge AFC Leopards and indeed every football club in Kenya to think beyond the 90 minutes. Build stronger academies, invest in your brand, deepen commercial partnerships, and strengthen governance. Because people and sponsors and supporters will appreciate if the club is run well and professionally. Right? You will get more support. Sponsors will step forward. You will build a bigger fan base if your club is run well, apart from you succeeding as a club. So I want to encourage you and to thank the leaders who are here, my good friend Wycliffe Oparanya, for stepping forward to help, and all the other people who have not just observed AFC as a place to go and play politics. I know many people want association because of politics. I am not in that category. This is about what a nation can do for its young people. We have a huge youth population in our country. It is up to us to determine whether this huge youth population becomes an asset or a liability. It is us to decide. And it is what we do with the young people of our nation that will decide whether they become part of the solution or part of the problem. And that is the reason why spending time on this space around how to create opportunities for young people is part and parcel of my administration. Sports is a key pillar of engagement with young people, finding opportunities for young people, creating space for them to develop their talent, for them to earn opportunities or to enjoy opportunities in that space. It traverses all the way from sports to Nyota, which I'm doing again with my good friend Oparanya, to empower young people, to the space around what we are doing in affordable housing. It's about young people, creating opportunities for them, all the way to what we are doing in education, because every young person starts with knowledge. We are investing billions of Kenyan shillings in our education, training, and college, because that is how we develop our young people. We graduate them into opportunities. And opportunities range from what you can do in business, what you can do in the creative economy, what you can do in sports. And therefore, the time we are spending around young people and around the opportunities for them is time very well spent. And that is why I'm very proud that this morning I am meeting one of the historic clubs in Kenya, the AFC Leopards Club. Nimesikiza kwa makini yale waziri amesema kuhusu yale mambo mulimueleza vile mnataka kusonga mbele. Na kuna mambo matatu ambayo nimesikia yalikuwa manne. Number one ni ile uwanja ambaye mnatumia, which I'm told you have a lease. Waziri, I think let us look for some resources and go and do that field for them. Hiyo kiwanja, huyu waziri atapanga vile tutatengeneza hiyo kiwanja ikae mzuri. And I will want waziri instruct your team to go and look at some small design. We see how we can help these good people. Because mnasema mko na lease ya 15 years. Very good. So you have a bit of time there. So we will develop the field for you. Waziri, take it up. Mumeniuliza pia kuhusu maneno ya you're entering into a new season and therefore you need to sign in maybe more players from different places and you may need some resources to do that. So sijui nitawapanga namna gani, lakini nitafanya kitu. Wale nyinyi ni watu wa Nairobi, mnajua kuweka mawe. Unasema tuweke mawe, si ndio? So our players, bwana wakubwa, I think our bwana chairman na coach na SG, our players, mimi nitafanya hivi. Mimi nitawapatia milioni 10. Lakini kwa hiyo milioni 10, our players wapate milioni 5, wajipange hapo. Hiyo milioni 5 ingine mtumie kusign in new players. Lakini hawa watu wapate kitu ya kwenda naye nyumbani. Si ndio? Alafu ya tatu ambayo mmeniuliza ni mambo ya sponsorship. Nimeuliza nafikiri mwenyekiti patron. Nimeuliza patron hapa. Akaniuliza mko na sponsorship ya milioni 75 kila mwaka kutoka mahali fulani. Kwa hii mwaka nitapanga ili tujaze iwe milioni 100. So nitatafuta vile hiyo milioni 25 itaongezwa ndio ijae 100 million kusaidia team. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo hapo nitapangeko. Hapo nitapangeko, si ndio? So I think and then there was the last thing, Waziri. Oh yeah, they formed a club, they formed a SACCO. I will discuss with Waziri on how your SACCO can be registered. Hiyo Otherwise nyinyi mfanye bidii, muelewe ya kwamba tunatembea hii safari pamoja. Nimesikia, I am very proud of this Wabuge man. Where is that one? Mwingine alimuita Webuye. Huyu Wafula Wabuge, congratulations my friend. Umesema mambo ambayo ni ya muhimu sana. Kwanza hapo kwa crypto. Wakati nilisign virtual assets law, watu wengi hawakuelewa. I'm very proud that we have Kenyans like yourself who are occupying that space, who are monetizing that space. So hapo kwa cryptocurrency tusonge. Asante sana. I was wondering whether people are aware. But I'm very happy that there is a space there, that there are people like yourself who are underwriting that space. Mumesema vile vile ya kwamba katika taifa letu la Kenya kuna mambo ambayo hayakuwezekana pale nyuma, na kwa muda mrefu tumekuwa tuking'ang'ana vile tunaweza kubadilisha nchi yetu. Na nimesema mara kwa mara ya kwamba hatuna sababu kama taifa kutokuwa kama nchi ambazo zilikuwa pamoja na sisi miaka 60 iliyopita. Mimi nawauliza ninyi wana AFC, wakati nikiuliza wananchi wa taifa letu la Kenya, tulikuwa sawasawa na Malaysia, tulikuwa sawasawa na Korea, tulikuwa sawasawa na Singapore miaka 60 iliyopita. Leo hizo nchi zote ziko first world. Sisi bado tunang'ang'ana karibu na huko third world. Makosa ilitokea wapi hapa? Sijui kama tunaelewana. Na mimi nataka niwaeleze, hatuna sababu kama Wakenya. Vile wale walipiga hatua na wakawa nchi tajiri, wakawa nchi yenye wananchi wako na ajira, wananchi wako na makao mazuri, wako na nafasi ya kazi. Vile walifanya wao, sisi tunaweza kufanya. Yes. Na ndio mumeona nimekatalia mambo mengi, kwa sababu watu wengi wanataka siasa ya kupigiwa makofi, siasa kidogo kidogo ya ambayo ni populist. Unataka tu unaongea tu mambo ambayo haina maana. Na ndio sababu mimi nawaeleza nyinyi wana AFC, nikiwaeleza wa Kenya, nchi yetu hii ya Kenya, wakati wetu sisi, in our generation, tunaweza kutoa nchi yetu mahali ilipo sasa tuipeleke first world. Kabla hatujazeeka, tukiwa tu hapa, we can do it. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Yes. Nilikuwa juzi katika nchi ya Norway. Walianza sovereign wealth yao miaka 30 iliyopita. Leo sovereign wealth ya Norway iko na $2.2 trillion, the largest sovereign wealth in the world. Leo nchi ya Norway ni kati ya nchi tajiri zaidi duniani, na walianza 30 years ago. Sisi pia vile nchi zile zingine zilivyofanya, hata China. Hii China mahali tunaenda kukopa pesa siku hizi, 30 years ago ilikuwa nchi maskini. Ni mnanielewa? So hii Kenya tunaweza kubadilisha, na tutabadilisha. Just take it from me, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu. Si ndio? Kwa miaka 3 tumefanya mambo, lakini sio kwa urahisi. Watu wamenipigia kelele, wakanifanyia maandamano, wakanitukana, wakanifanyia nini, lakini mimi nimekaa ngumu, kwa sababu kwa sababu nchi haiwezi kubadilika bwana bila ya mtu kuwa mkakamavu. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Watu walikuwa wanapigia kelele, sijui tusifanye housing. Wakanifanyia maandamano hapo, wakanipeleka kotini, wakanifanyia nini, tusifanye housing, hii housing levy, sijui nini. Wewe umekosa kayo. Leo nyinyi ni watu mnaishi Nairobi. Nairobi inabadilika ama haibadiliki? Hii Kibera imekuwa ikitusumbua hii. Si leo inajengwa? Si Mathare inajengwa? Si Nairobi, hapa Nairobi peke yake tunajenga nyumba 80,000, 80,000 houses in Nairobi. Kila sehemu ya Kenya, enda Kakamega, enda Bungoma. Bungoma tunajenga one of the largest housing estates in Kenya. Kisumu, Migori, Garissa, Kiambu, Eldoret, Nakuru, every part of Kenya tunajenga leo. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu tuliamua kuwa na housing fund, tuwe na housing levy. Pesa zetu za Kenya ndio inatusaidia kujenga taifa letu la Kenya. Kama mimi ningekuwa mtu muoga, nipigiwe kelele, nifanyiwe maandamano, nipelekwe kotini, niwachane na mambo ya housing, tungekuwa tuna chochote cha kusherekea leo? Leo mbali na kujenga hizo manyumba, vile vile tunajenga markets. Vile vile tunajenga hostels ya vijana wetu. Masoko tunajenga Kenya ni masoko 600. Hostels tunajenga katika taifa letu la Kenya ni ya vijana 1180. That is how you transform a nation. Tunaelewana my friends? Hivyo ndivyo nchi zingine zimebadilisha nchi zao. Tulikubaliana ya kwamba tutafanya mambo ya health. Kwa sababu pale nyuma tulikuwa na matatizo, watu wanaenda hospitalini na kosa dawa, watu wanaenda hospitalini hawezi kulipa, wengine hata wanakaa tu nyumbani wangojee kufa kwa sababu hawana uwezo. Sasa tumesema kila Mkenya, mambo ya afya sio tena ati starehe ya wale watu wako na uwezo ama matajiri ama wako na kazi. Afya leo tumesema iwe ni haki ya kila Mkenya, na bima ya afya ya SHA isimamie kwa kiasi kikubwa malipo pale hospitalini. Hivyo ndivyo tutabadilisha nchi. Sio kama tunaelewana? Mabarabara tumesema tunajenga, na tunatumia akili kujenga hizi barabara. Hii barabara ya Mau Summit hii tunaongelelea saa hii, kama tungengojea pesa ya serikali ya Kenya hatungejenga, lakini tumetumia akili na mbinu. Leo tunajenga na pesa yetu na pesa ya waegezaji. Hivyo ndivyo tunabadilisha taifa letu la Kenya. Sikizeni bana. Juzi nimesign hapa bill mwaka huu 2. Sasa ni sheria. National Infrastructure Fund na Sovereign Wealth Fund. Kwa sababu nchi zingine zimefanya hivyo ndio wakapiga hatua ya kwenda mbele. Leo kwa National Infrastructure Fund tuko na pesa ambayo itatusaidia kujenga barabara, kujenga airport, kujenga seaport, kuweka logistics, kuongeza stima na kuongeza mambo ya irrigation. Tumesema hiyo ndio safari tunatembea. Hivi karibuni tunataka reforms ya education inasonga mbele. So nawauliza nyinyi wana AFC, huyu captain amesema tukutane hapa next year. Si ndio? Yes. Si captain amesema? Yes. Nyinyi mlete kikombe ya league, mimi nilete ile kikombe ingine. Ama alisemaje huyu captain? So nyinyi mtangangana, mulete hiyo ya league. Mimi nataka niwaambie hata hii ingine nitangangana, tukutane. Tukutane hapa next year. Si namna hiyo? So mambo ni hayo, na nimefurahi sana kuwaona. Asanteni sana kwa kunitembelea. Najua nyinyi ni watu mko na shughuli mingi, na pengine kupata nafasi ya kunitembelea haiwezi kupatikana kila mara, lakini mkipata nafasi nyingine kidogo munitembelee tena. Si ndio? Mtajaribu? Mkipata toka nafasi kidogo. Najua mko busy lakini najua wakati nilikuwa nafanya hii appointment nikaambiwa watu wako busy sana. So mashughuli ni mingi. So otherwise mimi nimefurahi sana kuwaona. Vile mumesema tushirikiane na tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Maneno ya kupanga huko mbele tutapangana. Sisi ndio mafundi ya hiyo maneno. Tutapangana hapa mbele. Si ndio? Tutapangana hapa mbele, msikuwe na wasiwasi. Lakini unajua sasa kitu ya kwanza lazima mfanye ni ili kupangana hapa mbele inahitaji kura. Lazima kila mtu ajiandikishe kwa kura. Mwambie watu wetu, no, msiseme hivyo. Kuna watu Western Kenya, watu 1.5 milioni wako na ID, hawana voters card. Na wanasumbua sisi watu hapo kwa shopping center. Wanatupigia makelele. You know? Hiyo kama mnasumbua hapo na kupigia sisi sukuti. Mtu unapiga sukuti na unaona kura. Unatusaidia na nini? Sijui kama tunaelewana. So nimekubaliana na hawa dosi. Nimeongea na Mheshimiwa Paranya, nimeongea na Mheshimiwa Musalia, nimeongea na speaker wetu, nimeongea na governors wetu wote. Nimewaambia safari hii tunataka kila mtu ajiandikishe kama mpigaji kura. Yes. Kwa sababu mtu huwezi kuwa rais bila ya vote, si ndio? So mjipange hapo. Na niko tayari ni tupangane. Mkipanga kura mzuri, alafu tupange mbele. Si ndio? Shauri yenu. Tumeelewana? So otherwise nimefurahi sana kuwaona. Mlipata kwa chai? Iko chai hapa? Okay. Nasema waongeze chai ingine. Otherwise asanteni sana na watakia heri wakati mnaenda kupanga mambo ya kwenda mbele. Waziri anajua vile atafanya na hiyo ingine Mungu atatujalia ndio tuweze kufaulu. I wish you well. Once again, congratulations AFC Leopards for an outstanding season. May Ingwe continue forever. Asante sana.
Haya basi tujaze makofi.